what it's like. You're out and about shopping, aren't you? You know, you think you'll stop for a coffee, or indeed you'll meet a friend, and they suggest that you meet up somewhere. And you know me, yes, you do. I'm tight. I take a flask out with me and snacks. You know, I don't like to spend money in these sort of places. But sometimes when you're meeting someone, you do have to prise open that wallet. And yes, I know bats fly out, cobwebs are dusted away, but you know, you do. You know me well, don't you? You know, oh, it takes a lot to get my wallet open, you know. Oh, I can't bear to spend it. But on this particular occasion, I had to meet up with a colleague who wanted to, you know, it was a cold day, and they suggested that we meet in a cafe. And I wanted to share this with you because I couldn't believe exactly what I encountered. And as ever, I'd love to know, is it like this now in your part of the world? Because, you know, you go in and you think, well, where is the customer service? Where is it actually at? Now, this particular cafe was the Marks and Spencer's cafe in Marble Arch in the very heart of London. And I was there literally to talk to a colleague about a potential story that we're working on. And as I say, very cold, biting day. And they suggested we meet up for a coffee. So, of course, you know, I thought, well, let's get some cake. Now, I don't know about you, but in the old days, you picked up a tray, didn't you? And then you would stand in the queue and you would be served. You know, maybe you'd pick out the biscuit or the cake that you like, and then you'd suggest the coffee. Oh, no, totally different now. As you can see, you have to select your own cake and dicily slice it yourself, put it on your own plate, get your own napkin, your own knife and fork, and then eventually you get over to the coffee station, where once you've attracted the attention of any of the assistants, four in total that I found, all ignoring the queue with me, waiting to order coffees, short of setting yourself on fire for attention, there was no way they were going to turn round. Well, eventually I said, I know you're all busy, but if somebody could serve, would be very helpful. Very sneeringly, they said, well, what would you like? Now, here's what you've got to look out for. We ordered two coffee lattes, right? And what's interesting here is they didn't say, do you want regular or large? They just charged for the regular. Mhm. And then when it came to paying for the cakes and the coffees, of which, by the way, I had to then move round the corner and wait until this very surly guy decided to just place them in front of me. And then let's not forget, you have to find your own spoon, sugar, and then guess what? You get to a table. All the tables were full of debris. All meanwhile, the staff was stood behind the counter, not doing anything. So by the time you've cleared your own table, placed it down, you start to think, exactly, what am I paying for? First thing to look out for, as I say, is they decided to charge me for large coffees without actually asking me, did I want large or regular, seemingly just making more profit. And then the girl said to me, oh, it looks like you've taken more than one slice of cake. I said, well, I tell you what, dear, if you want to slice it for me and offer some service, perhaps I wouldn't make that mistake. I must have been off the day that it was cake training slicing day. She got the message. But what about the poor people that daren't answer back? I know there's few and far between in this world that we're living in right now, but there are a few. So the reason why I wanted to highlight this to you is, are you now fed up, sick to the back teeth of the lack of service when you go out? You seemingly have to do everything but get behind the counter and serve yourself the coffee. All the meanwhile, you're being overpaid and, of course, overpriced for goods. But the bottom line for that particular service is they seemingly don't care. As we left the cafe, once again, everybody was with their backs to the customers, talking away, no interest at all. But what you're doing is paying for the privilege of sitting just in their heat. Do you not wish for the days where we actually had somebody offering some level of service? After all, we're now paying for this higher and higher, more than ever, but seemingly getting less and less in return. Now, Marie Antoinette had that very famous saying, didn't she? Let them eat cake. But in this particular cafe, oh yes, you can eat cake, but at a price and with no service. As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.